What up, y'all? I'm back with another review, and I'm here to review the newest studio album from KRS-One entitled The World Is Mine. Now, you know what? Let me just see something, because this is like KRS is like, who knows studio album? Like, this is the newest one, but what number is it? I mean, man, let's see. This is KRS is like 2, 3, 7. 13th album, and that's not even um that's not even including the Boogie Down Productions albums, which he had 6 of those, so this is like his 19th. And then he has collab albums like 2021, 4, 5 shoot, and compilations, count those, but like he's had 25 albums, 13 by himself, 6 with Boogie Down Productions, 6 collabs. It's like, my goodness. And he has books. He has 4 of them. My goodness. I mean, man, KRS-One, one of the top 20, top 15 greatest rappers to ever do it. I mean, my goodness. Could you say he's top 10? Look, has it given you a reason to not think that he's top 10? Has he? I mean, my goodness. I remember when Now Hear This dropped, I wanted to review it, but so much was going on at that time with other albums dropping around that time. And that was like my first year. I started reviewing music back in August of 2015, and this dropped a little while after I started getting into it. And I just was putting together lists of best 2015, because I was that deep into 2015 after this had dropped. Well, Now Hear This, and I still wanted to review it. I listened through like maybe 20 minutes of it, but I never got around to listening to the whole thing so I could get to reviewing it. But let's just go ahead and get into this one. His 13th album, and he does not disappoint. Track number 1, Show Respect. This is KRS saying peace to the ancestors, but also saying like you should say peace to KRS for what he's done and how he's even gotten here. Just show respect. And he's calling out like, Twitter rappers, and saying like they'll pull the gun but they won't bust nothing. And he's just saying like he's the realest and you can't stop him in 2017 and beyond. Like, you haven't been able to stop KRS-One since like 1986 and beyond. You know what? How long has KRS even been rapping? That album came out with Boogie Down Productions. That album came back out like why am I on his studio albums? Either way, like that song, what was that song he did? So many songs on that album, but of course South Bronx and other songs like that on the next album, like By Any Means Necessary. I think that's what it was called. All Means? I'm not even sure. I'm fucking up. But man, for 30 years he's been rapping and he's still going. Next track. And Show Respect was one of my favorite tracks on here, as well as the next track, same shit. And he's just talking about how all the evildoers are all the same, just going by a different name. And look, I wrote and recorded this album in the same week. I was like, oh shit, he recorded and wrote and recorded something this good in a week. God, it'd be taking people 2 years, a year and a half to make something that's not even as good as their last effort. It's like, man. He's talking about how all slaves are the same slaves, and KRS, he's saying that he's the same as heaven, all the other dudes are the same as hell. And he's saying, I teach more people than the school gets. And he does. He's the teacher. He's the teacher, KRS-One. The next track is probably my least favorite track on here. It's Keep Clicking featuring Shy. And this is the closest thing to a banger that I've ever heard KRS-One drop. And he's just talking about, keep it pushing. Like black folks out in Africa, all over, just keep it pushing. And this is actually, I've seen a few people say it's their favorite track. The next track, one of my favorites again, Out for Fame. And KRS is just talking about how he's out for fame, but it's not something that you expect him to say, but he's not saying anything that you wouldn't expect him to say. He's not saying, like, oh yeah, I'm just in it for the fame and the money and the women and get the drugs and all. He's not talking about that. He's saying like he's just in it for the fame of being, a hip hopper. He's not saying like, oh, the hip hop is just a get rich quick scheme for me and then I'm out of it. Because KRS has been doing this and hasn't stopped, so you know better than that. The next track is My Dreams. He's just talking about manifesting his dreams. He kind of told his story. He thought his dreams were over, but the next thing you know, Skylar Rock comes in and he gets some spins. And listen to this quote: "Sail on the deck at your intellect, like I, captain of your own destiny." My goodness, man. Next track is "Fuck This" featuring KOD. It's just saying, fuck the mainstream and like we don't even need your airplay. Fuck all the fame and fortune. This is about skill. Keeping it traditional. Keeping traditional hip hop alive. It's about your skill, not necessarily about how many albums you have sold. The next track is "Don't Ever Stop" featuring Janice. And he's just saying like, look here, don't ever let nobody help you. Don't let anybody do anything for you, whether it's good or bad. Don't let nobody lie to you, speak for you, get you. Look at this. He talked about people who have been friends since the 90s, talking about how like they know the cost of everything, but the value of nothing. Classic. And people say it all the time. And just talking about like never be led, never be employed. And speaking on those, like I said, friends in the 90s who are still friends to this day. The next track is Raw, BEAT, of course, beat. And KRS is talking about how he can break it, and that's what he's doing. Like, I'm not an average MC, I'm the epitome. And he's talking about how he's the realest MC that you'll ever see. And he cuts the track. He says, you know what? I promise to go to another level on the next track. Give me that one right there. And he does go to another level. He delivers one of my favorite tracks on here. I have like 6 tracks on here that's some of my favorites. Track number 9, "You Ain't Got Time." He's just talking about how politics are politics. Say like we didn't really get anything from Obama's presidency, but more chatter, death, and dumb athletes and actors. And he's saying he's not about to roll with the modern day slavery that's about to come through again. You can if you want to. He didn't vote for Trump or Hillary, and he's talking about how the war in Syria is fake. It's just to keep the fear in you. America did that. And he's saying, like, you just ain't got time for this bullshit. And this is so freaking boom bap. Like, my goodness. And he's talking about what's needed: knowledge and unity. Fuck all the tweeting and everything. Don't believe the hype. And just saying, like, most of these rappers are corny, but y'all saying they cool, they alright. They ain't got time for that bullshit. The next track is "No Problems." This is like a very has a happy vibe to it, and it's happy because it's like he's saying like, you think you got it rough, but if you can eat, drink, sleep, and stand up, like, you ain't got no problems. Like, you see the news, all the bombs and shit, and you ain't going through that, and you ain't got no problem. You're good. It's like, forget depression, start counting your blessings. And he said, the rich life is toxic. If you ain't got peace, it doesn't matter what's in your pocket. And also talked about how somebody out there right now is getting fucked worse than you are. And so you ain't really got no problems. And he's talking about like, just stop fighting and dissing each other, forgive each other, and fight the power, And it's like shit's happening, and we're just fighting and dissing each other. And he's saying the country, which it is, being ran like a reality show. It is. He ain't lied about that. The next track is one of my favorite tracks on here, "You Like Me." And man, just that vibe I get off this beat, it might be my favorite track on here. He's talking about like, you like me when I'm being ignorant, but when I'm talking about uplifting and empowerment, and become a critic of whack rap, like, oh yeah, now I'm a problem, right? I'm like, yeah, yeah. Next track, "Keep Flowing," is he's talking about how like shit could have been better for black people and still could be better for black people if there was just some unity amongst us. And he's talking about like, just keep the real shit flowing. And he even said this, which I really took away from this project. We can see we're enlightened. Look what we write. And he's like, that's true. Look at the main guys in hip hop right now. Besides Kendrick and Cole, look at dudes like Drake. And y'all can say, oh, you hating on Drake again. Look, is he? Do I not have valid points when I'm getting on any artist? Have you ever known me to just get on somebody just to get on them? Have I never had a valid reason for getting on these people? Next track, "Hip Hop Speaks from Heaven." Man, he really just man, when he just talked about, man, hip hop speaks from heaven. This is yours. This is your people are in this. Black people, look, and all people, but especially black people. Like he said, like hip hop is It's everybody's culture, but it's primarily black. It's a black empowerment, black education. It's black uplifting, uplifting black folks. And he just talked about like, look, we lost them, but they're still living on. Like Pac, Scholar Rock, Easy E, Big, Heavy D, ODB, Big Pun, Fife Dog, Big L, Freaky Ty, Proof, Dilla, Professor X, Jam Master J, Guru, Mr. Magic, Left Eye, Master Don, Nate Dogg, and I can't believe he even said my man, my uncle Pimp C. I was like, man, after Pimp C, what he said in that interview, he said, man, I don't give a fuck about hip hop because I ain't never made none of that shit. It's like, to hear KRS say that about Pimp C, it's like, damn, okay then. Okay. Shout out to Bun B, because Bun B's about that. He's really about that hip hop too. So it's like, okay, see the connection. It's like I didn't think KRS would be down with what Pimp C said. I'm sure he knows what he said. But I think he looked at it like, yo, Pimp was saying, look, apparently I ain't never made no hip hop, so fuck it. I ain't, cause apparently I never made it, so fuck it. And I ain't trying to be down with them hip hop dudes no more. Really talking about the dudes up north, you know where most of the hip hop elitists come, and usually from up north. You know that. The next track, one of my favorite tracks on here, and Hip Hop from Heaven was one of my favorite tracks on here. If I didn't mention that, The World Is Mine. It last track on here too. I forgot to mention some storytelling right here, man, and the vibe I get off this beat as well. It's like, man, this patient right here with two patients. One of them was jealous, and the other one, because the dude who was jealous was by, I think, just a wall, and the other one was supposedly by a window, and he could see what was going on outside. The dude would ask him all the time, yo, what's going on outside? He'd tell him what he sees and everything, but the dude wanted more. He wanted to be over where a dude who supposedly near the window was. And he got tricked, because when he got over there one day when that patient was gone, he said, yo, this is just a wall. If I'm not mistaken, the dude who was near the where the supposed window was blind. So it's like, damn. Well, no, he had to be blind because he was using his hearing, but nothing was really happening. So the dude who could see just wanted more, so he wanted to be next to the window. The dude over there was blind though. He gets up one day, or he's gone one day. The dude over near the wall goes over to the window, right? And what happens is he comes to find out y'all been tricked. This shit ain't nothing but a wall. And the freaking nurse is like, you ain't been tricked. Oh, calm down, honey. Calm down. It's just a brick wall where the window's supposed to be. And he was like, he'd been tricked by the blind dude. My goodness. And what take away from is what KRS said at the end of the track, like, you create your own reality. The world is mine. And my goodness, man. This album was a pleasure to listen to because I actually have a KRS-One CD. I Got Next back in '97. I think that's his best-selling solo album, at least. And it's gold. KRS has never went platinum, if I'm not mistaken. So I was like, damn. And see, you ain't gotta be one of the best rappers of all time. You ain't gotta go platinum and be one of the best rappers of all time. Like, there are plenty of platinum selling artists that aren't the greatest of all time. If you're diamond, that's a different story. If you're going diamond, maybe not if you go diamond today, I don't think anyone has, but if you go diamond back in the day, like, you really had to be saying something. Outkast, Eminem, Biggie and Pac, that was more, I think, so because they passed, but still. But my goodness, he never went platinum. Look, Brand Nubian never went gold, supposedly. Supposedly, Brand Nubian never went gold. On that first album, One for All, that didn't go gold. Okay. But still, like, man, KRS-One, man, another great project. He's been consistent ever since 1987 with Boogie Down Productions to solos and collab, and it's like, he's one of the greatest of all time. Wait a minute, because I know he's older. I know he's at least 50. How old is KRS-One? KRS-One, yeah, he is 51, about to be 52 in August, like, and it's still better than most of y'all out there. Most of y'all, not even talking about in the mainstream, in the underground, we really appreciate traditional hip hop. KRS-One is better than y'all, so it's like, what can I say? I'd give this album a 7.5 to an 8 out of 10. If you've heard this album, which I recommend you do hear it, if you haven't heard it, I'll leave the link to it, the stream it in the description below. But if you have heard this project, let me know what you think about it in the comment section below and what you think about my review on it. Also, be sure to hit the like button if you like this review. Share the review. Subscribe if you're new. Get me on Twitter, Facebook, AudioMax, SoundCloud, Instagram, and hit up my email for business. What I mean by hit up my email for business is if you need your music chopped and screwed, reviewed, if you need beats made, you want to be featured on one of my upcoming DJ mixtapes, or you just have any business that you just might have to inquire about, the email is DynamicJAB@gmail.com. And also get me on that Bandcamp, because not Bandcamp yet, because I don't have any, I have nothing on there yet, but Patreon, though, the Patreon link is in the description as well. Thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all next time, which will be like right after this, because I have one more album to review for y'all today. And yeah, that's pretty much it, because honestly, I don't know. I'm probably not going to review that freaking Machine Gun Kelly album. If I do, it'll probably be later next week. But Machine Gun Kelly, I don't see what I'd get from him. Or who else is dropping? B.O.B. I don't know what I'd be getting from B.O.B. Or there's this one rapper, Acid or Ecid. I might get something from him. But and who's that one more dude supposed to be dropping? I'll tell y'all real quick. Who we got? Yeah, Lil White, and apparently now Chickadee. What the? I have no. It took me to the bird Chickadee, so I'm about to look up on this Chickadee person. And but still, thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all next time.